Well, as you're talking, it's just reminding me a lot of what I talk about in my work. I call myself a vitality coach now. So I work with people to, help lose weight, through sustainable ways, not like dieting, so to say. I work with people to have, personalized diet and lifestyle sort of preventative, plans. And also I'm getting into fitness, but personal training even. But I take all of those with the approach that there's this intrinsic link between our body and our mind, and we can't, approach one without the other. It's impossible. In fact, my experience losing weight, for example, is that my mind was the first thing to just become super clear and just really much more vital. I just felt so much more alive as a result of the physical change. It really reminds me of a field that I think we have similar background and knowledge base in, which is this idea of the three gates of body, energy, and mind that we talk about in, I know in Buddhism quite substantially, Buddhist meditation, but also in Tibetan medicine and in Tibetan yoga, which I also teach. I teach yantra yoga and Respira breathe method. And I really focus a lot of my work on this knowledge base these days. I oftentimes am talking a lot, especially about the energy level, because this is sort of that hidden link bridge between our body and our mind. And as you are sort of pointing at, our energy is really governed by our breathing. In fact, it's always been this kind of bridge from the moment of conception between our mind and our body. So I'm really passionate. I've taken a lot of, I talk about this a lot. I do workshops on it. So it's something I'm really interested in exploring. I'd love to hear your experience with that, what your insight is in terms of these three gates and how they relate.
And with Buddhism, yes, as I mentioned, I discovered this connection, this bridge between, initially I felt sort of the bridge was the breath. The breath, simply by bringing awareness, would bring a certain calmness to the body, and awareness of the body, because the breath also, you feel it in the body initially, would bring a certain peace in the mind. And then the other way around too. As soon as I would enter into more meditational space, meaning the mind seems to be, I'm saying mind, it has no real location, would bring some peacefulness to the body. So that was one clear insight I had initially. I have to say that as I progress in the practice, and this is before I met Chogyal Namkhai Norbu, who embodies a different kind of teaching with which I connected very, very deeply. During my meditation practice, I found myself being able to observe my mind, which I couldn't before. And observe my mind means somehow being able to observe the activity of my thoughts without being caught up in them, without being completely trapped in the narrative. And that, I think it was a personal affinity that became my sort of obsession. I know obsession doesn't sound very meditative, but that was my main interest. I realized that the body aspect gave me my initial entry point, sort of, if we talk as gates, that was my entry gate. That was the door that opened first, because the other one was a little bit out of control.